So it looks like we have some major news for the anniversary in My Hero Ultra Impact. Air has leaked out some information, just a little bit, which we should be seeing in the producer letter tonight or in about 11 hours since when this video is released. So I'll make a video on that once that comes out. So I'm going to make this video a little bit shorter today, but hopefully you guys do appreciate it. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Ultra Impact content. Because, to be honest, I mean, Impact Air has never been wrong. He says it's going to be pure fire. And it's just making me more hype about the anniversary. Some people might not be hype about the said characters, but I think they are going to be really good regardless, especially if they are going to be what is the first Impact Fest. So if you guys are new to the gacha scene, the mobile gacha scene, pretty much a Impact Fest or, you know, blank, depending on the game, festival, is pretty much a banner where the units in that are released for that said banner are pretty much limited, where they will arrive for the, you know, corresponding month of release, and then once the banner disappears, you aren't able to get them anymore until a certain amount of months or something if they decide to, you know, return said characters. And that might not sound too good for like newer players, but it definitely brings in hype factor. It brings in multiple amounts of things, and we'll go through that in today's video. I'm assuming that the Impact Fest is going to be said, you know, Deku and Bakugo from the alternate universe, which I like the design. I'm more of a Deku fan, let's be honest. There's not enough Deku love in this scenario. I think everybody's looking forward for the Bakugo, but I'm just hoping that Deku finally gets a really, you know, S-tier card. But before we go into that, UR characters and memory drop rates are 1.5x than usual, and this is also a really big thing. I'm assuming that it's going to be just for the festival characters. I'm not too sure about that. Again, that is more for the producer letter. More of that information will come out. And this is really good because 1.5x is going to make, you know, UR rates from 2%, which is the original percentage, all the way to 3%. And that is, you know, a really good bump so that you're able to pull more URs within a multi. Even though it sounds really like low, it does, like, you know, it does make a huge difference as time goes on. And of course, that means when you do single summons, you're more likely to pull the said UR from, you know, the free daily singles that you get. But anyway, that is pretty much all the information here. I just wanted to talk about what's so important about festival characters, because maybe you guys don't know. As somebody that's played Dokkan Battle for 5+ years now, it is very apparent what festival characters do. So let's just jump into the topic here. So, festival characters, like I said, are limited characters which are available to summon for with premium currency for throughout the month. And then depending on, you know, how Ultra Impact plays with the said festival characters, they could return in a year, you know, 6 months. Not really too sure as of yet, because obviously this is the first one and every game is different, even though they are both ran under Bandai. Of course, companies do stuff differently, but the important thing is that it creates hype. It creates this limited time character where you have to pull within the certain amount of time frame, and it gives the game really an excuse to make the character one of the best characters in the game, because it's not available in the general banner. And it is also hype because usually in Ultra Impact, from my experience, I only go like 5 multis per banner, because I know for the next banner that releases, the new character that just released will be in that said next banner. So I have theoretical chance in order to pull them in the next banner, which doesn't really make the character feel special, because I know that I might pull it in the future at any point in time. With festival units, I'm more likely to go in because I know I won't be seeing it for months down in the line. And making it like really strong, there's an obvious excuse to, you know, spend this much money, which should hopefully bring in more profits. And especially with the drop rate increase, hopefully that does correspond to higher profits, because I know that is one of the biggest problems for Ultra Impact. I think one more thing to change is the pity system, whether it is carry over. They could implement carrying over, because I seen in the fine print of said banners, that your points could be transferred over. So maybe that is for like Impact Fest banners, then that would be really, really dope. Again, we have to wait for that producer letter to see all the new stuff that's going to be releasing. I'm so hyped for it. But yeah, so point number 1, it makes a hype. Point number 2, it makes it stronger because you have that excuse that it's time limited. And that way it creates this like, you know, growing sort of, you know, power spike, which then they can make events more difficult, make extra challenge, make extra events, because, you know, a character gets stronger, you have to have events that, you know, can make that said character have a little bit of a challenge, right? If you have that character, like, at the moment, every UI in the game can make your whole Ultra Impact journey to the very end without a problem. And so when you increase, like, the strength of characters, you got to increase the event, which will be really, really fun. And there's also another problem with these general rate banners is that, like, for example, UI Eater came out and I didn't pull him. So then when the next banner, the VE Tower, came back, I actually multied and I actually pulled the Eater. And then I told myself, wow, why did I spend gems on the Eater banner when I could just pull him in the next banner? You know what I mean? Speaking of banners, when it is a limited character, it doesn't fill up the general pool. So it makes all the general pool characters still the same rate. And hopefully, you know, make it a little bit more static instead of growing. Because if you've seen, like, the typing banners, you would know, like, the rates get lower and lower as, you know, more cards release, because they keep shoving it into the general banner. So when it comes to, like, type banners, they're like 0.285 or something in order to pull it. And that's just way too low. If the 1.5x does, you know, go to every banner, then obviously it'll be a little bit higher. But if you've seen the latest VE Tower banner, had like 8 units, and it's like, you can get, if they keep doing general units, those kind of banners is going to be less likely for you to go for, because they end up being like they might end up like 0.01 if they kept doing general banners every single 2 weeks, because I think every banner comes out every single 2 weeks or something, or 3 weeks. So yeah, this is a really, really good change. It does hurt for newer players. Obviously, they can't get the new hype, but it does help, you know, give value to the older players as well, because now you know that, oh, nobody else can get this anymore. I feel special. You know, some people that couldn't even pull that said your character during that time frame, you feel more special, and you have this bragging right. Because right now, if somebody could show me, like, you know, Endeavor, STR Endeavor, and I'll be like, I'll pull him later. You know what I mean? I can get him in the next banner. I can potentially get him in the next banner, and so forth, so forth. But now I don't have that option, which makes, you know, bragging rights that much special. And then you have the word of mouth and everything like that. And this could potentially give us more celebration type stuff where there's like missions for them and everything like that. So this should be a really good anniversary. As long as they improve the game, they keep improving. Hopefully, it might be too late to make the game hype, like Dokkan status hype, but I feel like it's going to be a good enough game now where it should last at least like 3 years. I give it 3 years now. I used to give it 2 years, but they're making so much improvement that I'll give it 3 years. So that is good. And it makes my money, you know, somewhat valid that I spent on the game. Anyway, that is it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It was just a little discussion piece. Let me know what your thoughts are for the Impact Fest. I think it's very, very good. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Ultra Impact videos. There should be a double upload, like I said. Once the producer letter comes in, I will make a video on that. So yeah, stay healthy, stay safe, stay busy. Peace out.